none of you call. In the parking lot in Tucson. Are you with me? When I stand with the roof gone, I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Then you could get a roof on. Like you haul, and I know we need to go slow, but we could go faster. Maybe the best.
Hello, welcome in. Hey, welcome. Okay, this is just a quick update. There are some things that are coming out. The family did a whole interview, and a lot of people was mad at her mother, and we're going to get into that. So Ashlee Jenae, as you guys know, passed on a trip to Africa, and she has been, she was deceased. But what is the new information is that, from what I'm understanding, his passport has been taken. Hey, Miss Red. Hey, Mons 820. His passport was taken as well, so he cannot leave Africa, Tanzania, okay, while it's under investigation. Like I said, it's somebody on Twitter saying that he is not, under investigation and this and that. So, Ashlee's death has been picked up a lot, and we're gonna listen. Shout out to Hollywood Talk. So Joe McCann, the fiance of late influencer Ashlee Jenae, is being held in Santa Barbara, Tanzania, following her sudden death. New details reveal authorities have also confiscated McCann's passport while being questioned in his fiance's unaliving. The couple traveled aboard for the influencer's 31st birthday on April 5th, but April 9th, she was declared deceased. Now, from my understanding is that there was an argument and she was separated at the time. They had separated them in a different hotel. Hey, Justin. Now, some people are thinking, okay, if they were separated in another hotel, hey, madam, and hey, T, Millsap, that they were separated in another hotel rooms, and there was an argument. Now, some people are like, if she was separated, maybe something happened at that hotel, and maybe someone came in her room, and people are trying to put the pieces together. But we're gonna go ahead and play what was being said. Hold on, is it gonna? Okay.
Ashlee Robinson. She went by Ashlee Jenae online. I obtained video of a news conference today in Tanzania in which officials say they are holding Joe McCann for questioning and they are holding his passport while police wait for the postmortem. We have been unable to reach Joe McCann. Now, yesterday I reported on this story. You may recall Robinson was on vacation of a lifetime in Zanzibar, an island off the coast of Tanzania in Africa. She was there to celebrate her 31st birthday with her boyfriend of about a year and a half, according to the family. Joe McCann proposed to her on that trip, but last week, something went terribly wrong. Police say Robinson was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to the hospital, where she was later pronounced dead. Now, her parents received a call from McCann saying that something had happened, but they say it was the resort that told them about the death of their child. Again, the new information today, officials say they are holding Joe McCann for questioning and are holding his passport. I have an update on the death of model and influencer Ashlee Robinson.
Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae.
I obtained video of a news conference today.
I hate when it does that, y'all. So that's exactly what happened. Now, also, from my understanding, her friend is the one that is a social media influencer, and not a social media influencer. I'm sorry. She is a blogger, a journalist, and she got the story out. Now, I'm going to tell you what people have dug up. Hold on.
By Ashlee Jenae online was on a birthday trip with her fiance at the time. It is Tuesday night. Shari's off. Felicia Vitarelli is joining us, and the big story in Action News is the mysterious death of a South Jersey woman now drawing international attention.
Now, tonight, we know new details from authorities about her death. She was on a vacation of a lifetime in Zanzibar, Tanzania, which is on the east coast of Africa. Action News reporter John Paul live in the Satellite Center now with the very latest, and the family desperate for answers, John.
Yeah, Alicia, Rick, they are desperate for those answers. Now, we did get some new information. We know that authorities in Tanzania have confiscated her fiance's passport. This is while he's still being questioned. But according to the BBC, local authorities there in Tanzania did not originally suspect him of any wrongdoing, while the family continues to be desperate to know what happened.
I don't think no one else is going to fight for it the way we will.
That fight continues tonight as the parents
Ashlee Robinson, who goes by Ashlee Jenae,
Ashlee
online,
Robinson pressed
was on
for
a birthday
answers
trip with
as
her
to what
fiance
happened to their
at the
daughter
time.
who was found.
Why does it keep doing that? Hold on, y'all. Let me go to the actual post. It does that. I know y'all saw some stuff with Pharaoh. We're going to talk about that later. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I'm on the actual post. That way it could play better. This is what the family said.
Lifestyle influencer Ashlee Jenae died during a trip to Zanzibar earlier this month, and now her family is demanding answers. Ashlee's final posts on social media were of her celebrating her birthday with giraffes in Tanzania, Africa, and getting engaged to her boyfriend, Joseph McCann. But there's a local report claiming initial investigations determined Ashlee took her own life during the trip after falling out with her fiance just days after he proposed. Joining me now are Ashlee's parents, Harry and Yolanda, and their spouses. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. So local authorities in Zanzibar initially said that Ashlee took her own life, but you guys released a statement saying that her death was suspicious. What do you think happened?
We're not too sure what happened. That's what we're trying to find out. I got 2 emails today from the embassy in Zanzibar that said the investigation is still ongoing. That we have not determined the cause of death yet at all, and the investigation is still ongoing and still pending
Lifestyle influencer
right now. So there has nothing official has been released. That's what we're trying to find out. We just want answers.
What was the initial call like when you first learned that your daughter passed away?
The call was shocking and it was devastating and scary, honestly, because we don't know what's going on and what happened.
What did they relay to you at that time?
Well, the communication came to us from the Hotel Zuri Zanzibar, where they were staying. It didn't come from the hospital or from the police.
Have you guys since spoken to authorities or the embassy?
No,
We've had little contact with the embassy, but no, not with the police.
So were you told anything about the manner as to how she passed away or what exactly led up to her passing?
officially, no, we have not talked to anyone from the police or anybody in the medical field at all. Nothing. Nothing has been
What was it that the hotel
right now.
initially told you guys?
That the person, that Joe McCann, who she was traveling with, had that he had found her and that they had taken her to the hospital.
And then a follow-up call from the hotel several hours later,
And I
relaying.
we just think it's very odd that our daughter is traveling with Joe and we don't hear anything from Joe. To me, that's very odd. And initial call that she got from Joe was 11 hours after something had transpired in the room. And that's very odd. 11 hours later,
11 hours.
something had transpired, and Joe just relayed to Yolanda that Ashlee was okay and she was stable and she was okay and don't worry about it.
But that she was at the hospital.
Yes. 11
Initially told you guys.
That the person, that Joe.
hours later.
So have you spoken to him since, and what has he been saying?
There has been no communication here.
Wow, shocking. So, you know, as you've seen, the local report said that had claimed that she took her own life. Did you guys ever think that Ashlee had any mental health issues?
I would think that's farther from the truth. If you go to her page, you know, as you can see, she's a beacon of light. You know, she likes being in the limelight. It's like being in the camera. She was an influencer. You know, she
loved her family.
She loved her family.
She loved her family.
Most of
What was her mindset like before going on this insane African birthday trip?
excited and happy, and she was elated that she was traveling for her birthday to celebrate and be with who she thought was the love of her life.
And you guys said there's really been not much communication
hours.
Between you and her fiance, Joseph. What, if you could say anything to him right now, what would you say?
I just wanted to.
And we want to know what happens.
What is your understanding as to where his whereabouts are now, and why do you think he would be avoiding your calls?
We don't know. We're unsure right now. That's why we're trying to seek the answers.
Do you know if he's spoken to authorities at all?
We're not aware.
We're not aware.
We're not aware of that at all.
That's got to be extremely confusing and frustrating for you guys. I'm very sorry you're going through that. No parent should ever have to bury their own child. Have her remains been released to you yet? And what are the plans for the funeral?
We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that information yet.
So from your understanding, her body is still in Zanzibar, Africa. What is the last update you got on your daughter's death?
We haven't had a first update yet.
That's got to be extremely confusing and frustrating for you guys.
Everything else. It gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened. We have not seen or heard or even anything about any kind of Twitter surveillance. These are things that we need to know.
How are you guys feeling right now?
Devastated.
Lost.
Devastated, lost. A lot of
Confused.
unanswered questions.
Did you guys meet him before this trip, or did he ask you for her hand in marriage before proposing?
Yes. We have money.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you guys. Is there anything else you want to add? I know a lot of people are wanting to hear from you and probably have just as many questions as you guys do at this time.
I was just going to add that we just want the answers to the questions that we're asking and that everyone's asking. We need help getting information, and that's really what we're asking for.
Yes, and that's the reason why we went to social media on Sunday. We had to get it out there because this happened. Everything else, it gives us a timeline. It lets us know what happened.
All right. They want to know what happened. I agree. Now let's get into Joe for a minute. A lot of people are finding out that Joe had an ex-wife in 2018. I forgot what year they got a divorce. 2021 or something like that. The divorce didn't last, and the marriage didn't last that long.
More information is coming out when it comes to the death of 31-year-old social media influencer Ashlee Jenae, whose legal name is Ashlee Robinson. Remember, she was on a luxury trip to Tanzania for her 31st birthday when her boyfriend, Joe, ended up proposing to her, and they got engaged while they were there. One second, she appeared happy on social media. The next, she was deceased, and law enforcement was calling it a suicide. So as I shared yesterday, the night before Ashlee was found unresponsive, hotel staff claimed that she and Joe were having a loud argument over a misunderstanding, which raised concerns about Ashlee's well-being, which prompted relationship. Because what did he do? What did he say?
I don't think, first of all, she was happy with him. Why was she? And I want y'all to get out y'all head, because I saw that comment. I need y'all to get out y'all head that black people hang themselves. I never believed that theory. Even when I heard it about the girl that was in the girl group that did it, I don't believe that theory still to this day. I think, is this it? Yeah, this it. Hold on, y'all.
Question: why did the hotel staff let her go to her room if allegedly they heard her say things that were concerning about wanting to commit suicide? Allegedly, with this Ashlee Jenae and her fiance Joe McCann story, the hotel is saying that they had an incident and that they separated them because of the seriousness into separate rooms.
I agree.
And when
hey, I agree. I agree. It don't make sense.
They separated them. They had concerns because they heard her say some concerning things about wanting to commit suicide, allegedly. And they called the police.
I'm trying to find something, y'all, because somebody had found out that he was married. And before he met Ashlee, he was married to somebody and recently divorced. I'm going to see if we can go down and find it. But he was married. Very married. He had a whole wife. Hold on, y'all. I hope they fix this issue, because every time I go live, it does this. He had a whole wife at the time. He wasn't married when he was with Ashlee, no. But he was married. And I'm glad he brought this
Hey
up.
guys, so the family of 31-year-old social media influencer known online as Ashlee Jenae has spoken out today, and they've stated that Tanzanian authorities are telling them that the investigation is still ongoing and that they do not have any confirmed answers right now for them when it comes to cause or manner of death. This is obviously different from what we were previously told, which was that authorities told them that this was a suicide. I think that with how big this case has gotten in the media, authorities are definitely starting to take a look at all options here.
Now, here's the thing. I was on Twitter. Somebody had the same picture. And I didn't know what the fuck it was. And they were going and commenting on shit. The same picture with the bandana? Yeah. But who am I?
Because they don't want the backlash. Now,
it's all alleged. I think somebody took his picture and was trolling.
According to the transcripts in this case, it says that when she was found, there was an unidentified mark around the neck, no wound seen, not pale, not jaundiced. They also go on to say that according to the husband, he found her hanging on the door. So she has a mark around her neck. Authorities believe that she used a piece of clothing, but this guy is the only one who actually saw her hanging. If law enforcement didn't see this, I'm hesitant to believe that that's actually what happened. Now, as I previously discussed, this
if he saw her hanging on the door, what door? You would have been seen her hanging on the door. You would have called the hotel staff to open the door if she didn't answer the door.
Staff at this hotel that they were staying at said that they were having some sort of very loud argument over a misunderstanding the night prior to this incident. Now, hotel staff did say that they were concerned for her safety. That is why they separated them into 2 rooms. I was under the impression that he did not have access to her room, but based on these reports, it seems like he did, since he seems to be the one who went in the room and discovered this. So does that mean he had access to the room all night? I don't know. There's been a lot of conflicting reports when it comes to this case online. A couple of days ago, her family stated that she died on her birthday. Then we're hearing a new report saying that they talked to her a couple of days after her actual birthday. Then we were told that they were told that she committed suicide, and that was her COD. Then we were told today that there was not an actual COD determined yet. And then I was just reading the family's GoFundMe page that they created for her, and it says that she was found unresponsive and then died at the hospital a few hours later. But prior to this, it seems like they were saying that she was found on April 9th and then she died the next day on April 10th. So I'm not really sure if there's like a translation issue between authorities in Tanzania and her family, but hopefully they are able to get down to the bottom of all of this. Like I said, a GoFundMe page has been created to help get Ashlee's body from Tanzania back to the States so that she can be buried. I'm going to put that link in my bio. The fact that her boyfriend...
I want to say this. If I was the family, can y'all please get another autopsy? I know that they had one, but can y'all get another one? And also a toxicology test? I'm just saying. I'll get both. I'm not saying Africa lying, they're not, but I would, if it was me, I would get both. And as well, just to have.
Is this rich guy whose net worth is like
40. Africa ain't lying. But I would get both so that, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know that they told me this, they're right. But let's also do a toxicology. Let's also test some things and some theories. That way they can have it. And then I'll send it over to Tanzania. I sure would.
$5 million and he wasn't able to pay for her to be sent back to the States. I think that in and of itself is pretty telling. He also has reportedly not even reached out to Ashlee's family, which I think again is also very telling. I mean, why are you acting so suspicious and why do you look so creepy? Some reports do seem to indicate that Joe was actually being investigated for fraud and under federal investigation for his crypto activities. He apparently erased all of his financial channels and wiped everything from Telegram and Signal. So was this guy going broke and realizing that he was unable to pay for Ashlee's lavish lifestyle as he had been, and he took her out to get her out of the picture and not have to
remind you, he was married to another black woman. The marriage, hey Silver Moon, the marriage only lasted for 2 or 3 years, and that woman divorced him. Remind you, she divorced him.
continue paying for her life. I don't know. What do you guys think about all of this? Let me know in the comments. I've been trying to give this guy the benefit of the doubt, but he is not making himself look any less suspicious. And regardless of how she ended up passing away, this guy is still responsible because he either did something for her to no longer be here or he said something for her to no longer be here. Hey guys, so the family of 31-year-old
Y'all, I don't hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. I didn't leave. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Because I sent it to myself. Let me see. No. No, that's not it. Where is it? Is this it? Hold on, y'all. I'm finna find it because he was married. Here it is. And I'm finna, let me put this girl information. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm on my whatchamacallit channel on my TikTok. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, let me turn the music off. I'm finna show you his ex-wife. And they had a dog. Okay. This is his ex-wife. And she says, my friend has been looking into Joe McCann of the style and lifestyle influencer, Ashlee McCann, who was reportedly found hanging in it with authorities. They have described as suicide while the couple was on a birthday and engagement trip in Tanzania. Many people believe that she had may been unalive. Now, let's drop down. Here's what I've been able to find out about Joe so far. He appears to have a former wife named Shia, who is black. And based on social media timelines, it looked like they began talking around 2014, possibly earlier, and eventually married in August 2018. But around 2024, it seems the two, 2021, I'm sorry, it seems the two were no longer together. Okay. And basically, it was said that they're no longer together. It is also said that, you know, and someone said this. He put this. This was 2021. Yikes. It's all rich vibes with this one. All rich vibes with this one. He said, you realize my wife is black, right? Black lives matter. And getting real updates on a jewelry store looting from a friend, watching in his terrace down below at a street level police. Nowhere in sight. also just texted me. He was responding to Buck Sexton and said, "Man values jury over a black person life. Rest in peace, my mentions." And then he said, back to the domestic terrorism. "Thank you, black women of Alabama, for showing us what natural leadership looked like." So everybody was like, what does this mean? Absolute, despicable, unexpected. Let me explain to you what this means, okay? His preference was black women. His preference was loving black women. But that does not mean behind closed doors he had a problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like he wanted a black woman on his arm to show, hey, I'm not racist in this climate. I'm not one of them, I'm not racist. I don't have a problem having a black woman on my arm. I date black. I'm not one of them elite people y'all think I am. I keep them on my arm. Yeah, I don't mind dating a black. I love black. Thank you. Thank you. Capitalizing off of that. Some white men really do love black women and they protect black women at all costs. But at the same time, there are some that just say, oh, I got this on my arm. Think about it. Robert De Niro had a black wife, right, for a very long time, right? And we hear the thing of, oh, when the black men get rich, they don't go get black women, they go get white women, right? And they find out, right? Or, we're starting to see black women. Yeah, he did. I believe he did. And then I feel like, the black men who are married to black women, okay. And then there are white, like, what's that actor name from the British who got caught with the black prostitute, the streetwalker? Yeah. But I feel like with him, he had a thing for black women. And I also feel like, ever you said that Silver Moon, he was a womanizer. I feel like he cheated in his marriage. Ain't nobody just get up and divorce nobody. I think he cheated in his marriage and told her to keep it quiet. He has a thing for cheating, and black women don't accept that. There are some white men who do get where they are and prefer black women. But then again, he had a control problem. I feel like looking at him, he had a control problem. I felt like he was cheating too. And I also feel like he feels like he's one of them men, if I do this for you, shut up. You don't go into shut up. So what if I cheat? He felt like, let's understand, Ashlee is younger than him. This man is older than Ashlee. Let's get into the pictures. He's older than Ashlee. He's an older man with money. And guess what? She's young. She's pretty. His wife was his age. He went younger. He wanted to control the factors of her because she's what? Young. He's older. He's rich. I feel like he did do it. And I'm glad Neo did that because I feel like so too. I feel like it's control. And I feel like he probably did put his hands around her neck as control and took it too far. And I'm hearing people say, well, y'all want the soft life. Baby, it don't matter if it's soft or not. Hey, it don't matter if you got a soft life or not. Be aware of who you're dating at all costs. He had a thing, so he had a mask on with this girl. And then when she really saw it, yes, she got her own money too. She can afford that. So when I hear people say she wanted the soft life in the bags, first of all, Ashlee had her own money. Ashlee could afford her own bags. Ashlee really loved that man. You could tell she did. She loved him. And a lot of people were saying that, oh, well, she was saying bashing black men. I don't think she fully bashed black men. It was one tweet, but I want to say this. Ashlee daddy and mama not together no more. Whatever Ashlee saw her mama go through with her father, honey, he owned, I'm finna pull up what he owned. But I feel like that company had a lot of downfalls. Ashlee seen her mother. Look, her mother isn't married anymore to her dad. She got a whole new man. What make y'all think? How y'all think that made her feel when she found out probably what her dad did? And we don't know why her parents got divorced. So before y'all sit here and go, oh, when she was talking about black men, she was doing. She saw something her father did that embarrassed her mother. That girl ain't just gonna say that. And plus her relationships. He probably told her, I'm different. I'm different. I'm just, no. Yeah. We finna get into it because I want y'all to know what he owns. He does have a company, but the company, he done lost $1 million bid deal behind this from what I heard. You should have thought about that. It's called something. It's a Bitcoin trading company. And I don't trust nothing with this Bitcoin these days because that's what they're trying to get us to go to with finances. But I forgot, I think it's a Semical or something like that. And he owns that. Let me take that down because I want to get into. They was always traveling together. Let me go to his thing. Joe. I don't know why I called him John. A symmetric. So let me tell y'all what symmetric is. Symmetric Financial, crypto, right? So let me go to it. I know y'all have seen it. They have an app. Let me go back. Okay. Let me stop sharing. And we finna go to it. Yes. Yes. He probably was. He didn't want her to do anything. I think it was a front. Yeah, they've been together for a year. And I think he was just a front. He wasn't a front, but you know what I mean. Okay, so for investors who think outside the bank, Symmetric provides investment and opportunities that lead in a digital transformation of society through a robust global macro and technical lens, right? So you do funds, capital funds, and they go through all these people. It's like tied in one, and you have all these Web3 and crypto companies and protocols that goes into Bitcoin. So when you go into Bitcoin, you invest, and you have tons of money. Like, look, right here, it is dropping. Circle Internet Group. And let's think about it. He's doing this with the economy, right? And the economy, we all know, is suffering right now. So having Bitcoin and crypto right now is really not the move. He's reported worth $45 million. They have issues, as I know for. So when you go to Root Data, Crunchbase, all them people, that's who they go through. They go through him. Now, so they said that it's asymmetric set to be BS. Somebody did a video on that, but let's get into this. Let me share with y'all. And we're gonna be honest. Asymmetric Financial Crypto Advance Forum by Joe McCann. Now listen to this. Has experienced a severe downturn with this liquid alpha funding collapsing approximately 78% year to date. The liquid fund has suffered an estimated $1 million in loss. The collapse is attributed to low market volatile and specific challenging market conditions. The fund operates on a key man structure, meaning it's heavily reliant on Joe McCann's personal judgment, relationship, and decision making. Joe McCann is currently facing legal issues, including being in custody. So it is tanking. And I want to know what it was doing. I want to know what's up with early 2026. I don't want to know about that. But I want to know before this situation. So stocks were experiencing substantial decline. So he was having some declining. He was going through some things with this business before this all happened. Before this all happened, it was going down. Child. What did Candace Owens say? Hold on. Y'all know she married to a tycoon too. And she and her man is really a romper.
Kane and Jenae Ashlee controversy. According to Candace Owens, it was a hit. And Epstein set it up from behind the grave.
You know what? I'm not finna play with him. Let me hear what this lady got to say. She keep coming on my thing.
Have you all heard of an alpine divorce? When a man takes their partner on a vacation and instead of breaking up with them, takes them up into the mountains or takes them out into the ocean, and there's an accident that happens and the spouse magically disappears or winds up dead because they don't have the sack to break up with them. And I think that's what happened to Ashlee Robinson. I know that I'm a conspiracy theorist. I know that I spout off a lot of ideas about things on my page. When something doesn't feel right, it's not right. Same thing with the Nancy Guthrie, same thing with Erica Kerr. I'm 52 years old, so.
These white women been telling y'all, be careful about the white men that they deal with. We are in a time now, and I said this on my Facebook, where the elite men are not what we thought it was because we had a target. Oh, black men, Latina, they do this, right? But the elite behavior comes from palm-colored men, and I'm not being funny. We're being serious. And going down the history and the timeline, that's what it has been. And we've seen it with so many, where these men cheat, they don't have the strength to leave, and they do their unaliving. And now it's going into another race that black men are starting to do. Hold on. It's true crime has just said it. That's why I never dated, would not date any white man. And I am white. I've seen a lot growing up and turned me off bad. Yes, I thought about it too, because he didn't have the gut well, I'm not gonna say guts, but he didn't have the feeling to not divorce, but break up with her with cheating. You gave this girl, and I knew it had to be something because somebody said it could have been cheating involved, and it probably was. You took this girl out here, engaged to her. Excuse me. She found out you cheated, and now she knew something to herself that makes no sense. I'm gonna say it again. We don't just hang ourselves. Anybody that you heard, oh, they hung? No. That's a trigger. Okay? That is a trigger for us.
I know by now when something does not add up. You just know. And this Joe McCann guy is worth like $45 or $50 million. He's a cryptocurrency trader. Brings his girlfriend, Ashlee Robinson, to Africa to celebrate her birthday. She's 31 years old. And she winds up unaliving herself on her birthday weekend after he presented her with a diamond ring and asked her to marry him. And then all of a sudden, she winds up dead. They interviewed the family. The family doesn't buy it. They said that 11 hours after she attempted to unalive herself, he called them. 11 hours later, it was the hospital that notified her family, saying that she had passed. Do I think that Joe brought his beautiful girlfriend to Africa for a safari and a birthday weekend and to propose to her? No, I don't. I think this is a ruse. I think that this is another entitled, rich man who thinks that he can get away with murder.
I believe that he's very entitled. Well, he chose, that's crazy to me. He chose Africa. Ooh, let me take her. I know people we can. First of all, Africa not dealing with. I don't care how much you try to look like I'm on your side. Africa ain't fucking with y'all right now. I don't know what made him think that was a great. First of all, Africa ain't. I think she wanted to go to Africa. I think that was her thing. Because she said that was her dream trip, was to go to Africa, right? The motherland, home to, that's what we call it. That's home. But why would you do that? Like, yeah. Who always leave the country? Yes. Like, sir. I really do think he did something to her. I do.
You all heard of an Alpine divorce when a man
I seen her on the
takes their
timeline. Like, she in the algorithm with this. I really do feel like people are missing the bigger picture. Some people are looking at the people on the resort, but even Africa say that he brings people there for certain stuff. I don't know. That's just allegedly.
Ashlee, Jenae, and Joe. What I think about Ashlee when it comes to mind and what happened to her is how the grass is not greener on the other side no matter what they tell you. Now you have some creators on here that whole storyline, whole niche is about how Black women should be trying to date out of their race. And I don't agree with that. You should not be dating out of your race because you said the white man gonna treat you better and the Black man gonna dog you out. That's not true. That's not true. A man is a man at the end of the day. A man is a man at the end of the day. You cannot judge a person's character by the color of their skin. You can't do this. This is going to keep on happening over and over again. And in my opinion, my honest opinion, I just really think that people should date people, marry people that they really genuinely love. If they have money, so be it. If they broke, so be it.
Let me explain something to y'all. Ashlee wasn't broke. Ashlee was an influencer, a model for Fashion Nova, and she also was a video girl. She was in videos. She's not broke. She's not broke. Ashlee wasn't married. Ashlee really loved that man because it wasn't what he gave her. From what I heard, it was how the mask was. He wore a mask. It was good until that ring was on. She had a hair business too. If you look at it, that's why I brought up the ex-wife, because nobody knew he was married. His ex-wife, it seemed like it was good until that ring was on. Whatever happens when, no, he didn't 32. I think she had all of hers. Whatever happened, okay, let's say he married the ex-wife. Whatever comes into him with being with somebody or married, it's the same way it happens, right? So let's say he did the same thing with his wife, right? Everything's great. Everything's awesome. They're dating. He's doing these trips. He's doing this stuff. Not only that, the conversation's wonderful. They're having a great conversation, right? Okay, that's with any race. Let's be honest. But the moment he put that ring on her finger and she got that last name, that man became a menace. She was property. She wasn't just his wife. She was his property. What you mean by that? She was his property, meaning this is what she don't say nothing. This is how he want things to go. This is how he wanted to be. No, we're not doing that. No, I don't feel comfortable with that. Anything they want to do, anything of that, that's what it was. That's what it was. No, we're not going to have that discussion. Like, that's just what it was. No, his ex-wife was black. She was a black. He had a black ex-wife. They were talking in 2014. Got married in 2018. They had a silent divorce in 2021. Nobody knew they were divorced. So he felt like, and I feel, this is my opinion, this is all alleged. I don't want nobody to take nothing, So I said, okay, he probably said, okay, once I put the ring on engagement, whoever I be with, she gonna know what it is and what it's not. And I think that's what he felt like. It was great, but the moment he put that ring on, it was a whole different person. And that's what was shown. It don't matter what race you is. We have seen it with black men. We have seen it with Hispanic men. The moment and they feel like, oh, I do this and I do that, they give you a baby or they give you a ring or anything, you belong to them. You belong to them. You can't think for yourself. Who are you? I tell you how this gonna go. Yeah, I can cheat. Yeah, you got your own money, but I do this and that. I have more than you. Misogyny is misogynist. It's very misogyny. We see it all the time. We're seeing it now. Oh, these women make money with this. Yeah, that's affecting their marriage life. The men don't feel a man. Let's knock them down. And then when the work field, so the men can uphold. They're nothing. We're seeing that now. Misogyny. So when I hear people say this and that, no, let's look at it as misogyny. Because that's exactly what it is. I brought them bags. Just like I heard somebody baby daddy say, Romika baby daddy said, we just gonna put it out there. Heck yeah, I can tear that up. I brought it. Misogyny. Oh, well, I brought this. I run this. What? Misogyny. Period. A child or a baby or marriage, this is how they want, that's how they feel. Some men feel like that. You don't have men, you look at the men that pick on Russell when Sierra and how he's a pick me, he's a simp, he's this. Misogyny plays a big part in that, because why would you feel that man is a simp? Why? I'm surprised they know not to say that about Jay-Z. Oh, he just run around with his wife all day. Misogyny. Why not? He wants her to be successful. He had his run. Let my wife take that. Heck yeah. It's always better to have 2 billionaires than one, but men don't see that. Because if something fails, you can't do no more. Somebody can pick that up. And that's how money come into the home. Things are great. Misogyny. That's just what it is.
Yeah, this is a real cruel world we live in. And you're going to keep hearing these stories over and over again. You always hear the same scenario. Rich white man, black beautiful woman. Rich white man, black beautiful woman.
And not only that, we talked about Sadidi. Her baby father, when I gave the update, that was going around there saying that he had another child and she had another child he didn't want with her but wanted with somebody else. He felt the same way. Really? Let me go look. Hold on, I'm finna go look.
Unalive. They talk about it for a month or so and it disappears. You never hear about it anymore, and the man is not charged a lot of times. You had a scenario where a beautiful white woman was dating a handsome black man and she offed him. You heard nothing else about it. A few days ago, I heard she had no charges, walk away scot-free. Vice versa, it can be 2 black people unalive, one man unalive a woman, and the same thing might have to be 2 white people. You cannot keep on saying that it's about color, y'all. Y'all can't keep on saying it's about color. You can't keep on saying date this man and he might treat you better than this man. It ain't got nothing to do with color, because at the end of the day, a man is a man. I value people on here with this content, especially women that tell you to get your life together, get your career together, get yourself together, and then try to find that man. You understand me? Don't go out there trying to find, and I don't know what the case may be with her and Joe, but don't go out there and try to find a man and then you go and get the wrong man and go to Africa, and then this man proposed to you, and then he unalives you and have you like you did it yourself. Come on, y'all. What woman you know that's going to get proposed to in Africa and a couple of days later unalive herself? It don't sound right. Prayers going up for this lady, but I'm going to say once again, people will tell you all day the grass is greener on the other side, but a lot of times you don't know what that grass is fertilized with, and it might just be fake. Use your own judgment. You know what I'm saying? Stop being with people because of what people say. And this is because I heard her whole content was based on that. Her whole content was based on the fact date somebody white, and this is what happened. But you see what happened. The man she dated.
The whole content wasn't about that. And I wish people stop saying she had. Okay, so let me explain something. That girl had one post about that. That is it. One post about that. That girl didn't have no more. Her whole content was not. And men, and to the men that said, oh, yes, it was, find it. Nobody found but one comment, one post about it, right? So my thing is, why do people feel like, oh, well, that one post, and then they try to put her with what's his name? You can't, because he had a whole content about it. She had one. It is. She had one. That's it. That's all. And that wasn't her content.
Took her to Africa, and now she's unalive. Come on, y'all. We got to be careful. Prayers going up for her, and this is a sad situation. Sad.
And that, I think that's the part that pissed me off, Black and Bougie. Nobody does their research on what the real situation was. People thinking, oh, it was a bad. This girl had her own money, her own coin, her own money. And I'm finna show y'all. Her friend been putting out, no, my friend wasn't broke.
Well, Ashlee Jenae is the young Miami influencer that went to Tanzania, and the story is she hung herself. She committed suicide. I'm also drinking a Seagram's wine cooler. These things ain't good as they used to be back in the day. Just ghetto. So the story goes, she went over to Tanzania with her then boyfriend. He proposed to her. Later, the two got into some type of, and just because somebody has a website and says they're the CEO of a business doesn't necessarily mean they have what they say they have, which is going to go into our next story, which is Coach Stormy. But based on his public profile, it does look like he has enough money to get her home. So it's then making me wonder why it is he ain't getting her home. If you ain't guilty, why you ain't getting her home?
Period.
That was the first thing. So somebody said, Funky, I heard on ABC News that the government in Tanzania is saying it is not a suicide. Okay, I haven't seen that just yet. That's what somebody's saying.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but somebody said the government over there saying that's not a suicide, and if they took his passport, that mean it was never a suicide. Let me go into her business. Let me go into her career. I'm sorry. So Ashlee wasn't just she was a lifestyle influencer. On top of that, she was a model and a video girl. So when you're a lifestyle influencer, let me break it down to y'all. When you see these influencers on here, let me share something with y'all. When these influencers do brand deals, you have the right to say how much you want to get paid. So if somebody come to me for hair, hey, we got this hair. How much are you? We should pay you to promote our hair. There are some girls who get paid. Hold on. Who would say about a roughly $1,000, depends on the hair or what they want to do or whatever the budget would be, right? So most of these girls are saying, hey, I have brand deals or promos. They get paid for promos. Fashion Nova, Shein, the hair companies, all of them pay for this, right? So you have that. She not only, I think she had a YouTube, a TikTok, and an Instagram that paid her well. She also, okay, keep in mind, there's two different incomes. Modeling for Fashion Nova. We want to charge you Jenae to wear our clothes. We like how they fit on you. An affiliated program. Whatever you sell. Well, okay, so let's say she had on this nice Fashion Nova dress. Her posting that picture, she got paid for that. Plus, many dresses they sold that came from her website, from a click, she got paid. Okay? Let's jump into the video girl. Video girls doing videos to be a video vixen. I'm not sure what the profit is now, but when I was growing up, you got paid and you got exposure. If Korea Stevens went from being a corn star to a video girl, let's use her as an example, and she brought her a house and a car, expensive, and can fly out, she got paid well enough money. Those videos are 12 hours a day. If they're filming for 3 or 4 days, that is 12 hours. Depends on the set and depends on what you do. So she was not broke. She didn't have money. She wasn't leeching on him because he's a millionaire. She had her own way of getting money. She had a hair business, selling hair. There's plenty of girls out here that love to buy the bundles, make them a nice slick back ponytail, 2 ponytail styles, little designs, a lace front, whatever it is. Oh, and extensions. You got the new K-tips now. Yeah, you're going to make you some good money. Heck yeah. Girl, let me see that. Let me see the quality. Oh, it don't shed, it don't fry. It ain't fried, dyed, laid to the side in a bad way. It's going to be fried, dyed, laid for the gods. Yes, girl, give me that. Yes, I will buy it, girl. Oh, it go with my outfit. The girls are outside, baby. She had her own money. Just because she was sitting with him, so what? So what? So what? And y'all did the same thing to Ashanti with Nelly. And she's a baby mama. He not gonna marry her. The whole time I've been knew they were married because the way they act, they've been married. Did the whole thing with the Cardi B and all these folks. Like, When Cardi B got with Offset, oh, she broke, she this. Cardi B had her own money. Y'all even do the same thing to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Sierra and Russell. Oh, he made more money than her. He this and that. Misogyny now plays a big part in this dating world. I don't care if the man got money or not. I do not care. Ask questions and get to know them. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going to happen. This is unfortunate. I will keep up with this. Yeah, people make a bag as a unit. I say make it as a family unit. Get to know people. And there should be no reason that they have to fly that girl back and ask for money to fly her from Tanzania to America. I want to see what Tanzania had to say. Yeah, she loved him. People don't realize that because, oh, we see this, we see that. Man, she loved that man. Somebody said it too. They say she really did love that man. She did. If y'all go on her TikTok, she loved that man. She loved him. It wasn't because of what he could give her. She really genuinely loved him. She loved him. Let me see if I can get some news from Tanzania. But people are saying that Tanzania is saying that no. He's saying, I knew it wasn't going. If they took his passport, that means he under investigation. When I heard he took his passport, that let me know then. I say, oh yeah, they don't believe that this is that she did this herself. They took his passport. When a country take your passport and they keep you and you committed a crime in that country, you're not going home. Oh, you gonna sit over here. I don't care. I don't care who say what. You're not going home. Remember the basketball player in, I think it was Italy, though, from the WNBA, and they took her passport and put her in jail for a while over something so small. When countries do that, you don't go home. That's why they ask you questions. If they feel like you're part of crime, you don't go home. That's why when I flew to Jamaica, and I went to Jamaica, I went twice. I'm planning on going another time. But I do want to go to Trinidad, but I'm not sure right now. It's a lot going on. But from my understanding, it pay whatever expenses exactly. But Brittany Griner. So when they take your passport, right? Like when I was in Jamaica, we had questions. They asked us questions. They asked, hey, who are you coming for? How long are you staying? Do you have family? Do you know anyone? Are you staying with anyone in the family? If anything happened, they already have a track of that, right? And so when you get to the airport, you go through a clearance, and they hand the clearance your paperwork when you get off the plane, because the pilot tell you that. You have your passport. You go to a kiosk. You do a temporary passport for the duration that you're staying. Some people that are from Jamaica, they stay for a month or the summer, whatever. And you have that. You take it with you everywhere. The reason why they do that, because they say if anything happened to the locals, that they have that information. They know who to contact. You have your family contact information. They do all of that. When y'all go fly to these places, when they ask you about your seat and ask for emergency, that's why they ask you that. Because that's why Tanzania called her parents. They called them too, because you have to do, when you go out this country, when you get on that, when you book that flight, we need your emergency contact. We're going to put your seats connected to this emergency contact if anything happened, right? Okay. Passport information, right? So they probably do the same thing. Your passport, you have a temporary. When you get off that plane, they know who you are. They see who you are. anything happen, they know who to call. And that's why the family got the call, because they go through the airlines. They do that. They're not playing. They are not playing. You go to a child. Good luck to them. And then that's not in a good way. Okay. But yeah, it's a lot that's coming out about this man. I see a lot of the men that were saying, oh well. Yeah, they're trying to get to Tanzania as well. They're coming up. That's why they asked for help, because they're coming up. And then I see a lot of people say, well, why she ain't have life insurance if she's an influencer? Let me say this. Do anybody have life insurance with this economy? Even if she did have it, who knows? Let's be realistic. Do we know if he didn't get one on her or not? I keep telling y'all don't have to be married for somebody to have life insurance on you. Do we know if he got one or not? Everybody talking about life. Do we know that he got one or not? Let's be honest. Look how he moving. I wouldn't be surprised. Allegedly, I wouldn't. They've been together for a year. Shit, you don't know. He probably already planned one. He's going broke. The life insurance money. Come on now, be for real. Let's be for real. Can do it without anyone knowing exactly. Let's be honest. I need y'all to touch grass, go outside. First of all, y'all need to start watching these ID crime channels. Watch Deadly Women. There's a plethora of women that was on there that got life insurance policies on them men and got married to them and got them life insurance policies. Them men didn't know. Collected funds. Hello? Please. Y'all better wake up. No. Uh-huh. Exactly. Hey, Sassy Ray. Here's my thing. Like my grandma used to tell me, she said, baby, you don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. You don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. And even if you married, I tell you that. Because you don't know what they doing and you don't know what their plans are. Be aware. She knew, because our parents prepare us for growing up into this new society, right? But in this society, but they don't prepare us for what's new. But your grandparents gonna always know how people are moving and what's going on, because they know the world is changing. So my grandmother knew. She said, always keep some things to yourself. You never know. If they moving funny, you don't tell. Yeah, that's okay. They could be your husband, or you might be a wife. But I say that to each one, because you never know. Yeah, work, exactly. My mom used to tell me that too. Yep. My mom used to tell me that too. And my daddy too. Like, no, keep your head on the swivel. My sister's daddy used to say, if they don't tell you, why should you tell them? And that's the truth. Why would you go tell something that somebody ain't gonna tell you? Don't do that. Yep. Some things kept hidden. There are some things that let's be honest, it's married people right now. A wife probably got her something tucked away right now a man don't know about. Just in case he try to act funny. Just in case. Shoot. All them things saved our lives. But y'all, let me get up out of here. I will be back in 6 minutes. We're going to talk about Farrah Abraham. Lord be with us. Ms. Netta and Joe Feld movie on Tubi. And this woman that says her husband left her for her daughter on TikTok. Now, I'm going to explain how TikTok going to go. I just want to talk about these stories today. But starting next week, tomorrow and next week, we'll have TikTok Thursdays where we talk about everything, any kind of story or anything that's on TikTok on YouTube. So I'm going to end this. I'll see you guys in like 5 minutes. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.